Hey everybody, this is Randy Peterson. We had a lot of people ask us about compensation plan, and I was going to go over that a little bit here. I'd like you all to take a little time, look through it. To start things out, we go to paparazziaccessories.com, and then you go down to Join My Team, and from there we click Income Opportunities. Inside the Income Opportunities, we scroll down, we go to Compensation Plan. And in the compensation plan, I know it's hard to see, we'll just pop it up there and zoom it out some. It starts out, we'll go over personal volume from the very beginning. Paparazzi compensation plan uses points of dollars. So for every piece that is ordered is considered 2 volume or 2 PV. We're not going to go over retail profit right now or show rebate. The building business bonus, for every new consultant that you sign up, you get a 15% of their 15% of their volume that they order from the initial starter kit will go to you as just a bonus, an added bonus. So say they order the $99 kit, that's 70 PV because there's 35 pieces in there, and you get 15% of that 70 PV gets paid to you in a check. And that's just a bonus. That's on top of any other bonus that you have. The unilevel bonus. There's 3 levels of commission you're on your team of consultants as you progress through the ranks. Once you hit director, I'll explain it to you a little bit once we get up there. Unilevel is paid on level 1, 2, and 3. Then you get into generational bonus, and we won't go into legacy or infinity today, but they're pretty much along the same lines as generation. Your generation bonus, once you're able to get that, it's a percentage of your whole entire leg until you hit somebody that has an executive director. Until you hit an executive director. Once you hit that, then you don't get paid any more below that executive director, unless you're generation 2 or generation 3. And then that continues to go down that same leg to that you get paid. So it's kind of hard to explain, but if you get into that, get far enough along where you start getting generation bonuses, you can just get a hold of me and we'll work on that a little bit more. The 1/3 requirement, that means, say you're working towards Premier Director, and you need to hit 3,000 volume, organizational volume, that's from your whole team. You need to have 3,000 volume in order to hit Premier Director. Well, you can't have more than 1,000 of that volume coming from one leg towards that 3,000. You can have more than 3,000-4,000 volume, but you can only use 1,000 from one leg, and 1,000, and then no more than 1,000 from any legs are used towards Premier Director. And a lot of people have run into problems with that, and it's kind of confusing, but it's there. Okay, so let's start out. Star consultants. You're a star consultant when you start out with 50 PV. Well, everybody's a star consultant now because anybody that's new started with the $35. The smallest they can get is 35 pieces, which is 70 PV. And so anybody below you on your first level, you will receive 5% of their volume. 5% of the volume from your entire team just on your level 1s. They're personally sponsored. And you reach the rank of director, which is 3 personally sponsored active consultants. In order to be active, you have to have 50 PV in a calendar month. And you need to have 3 personally sponsored active consultants underneath you in order to be considered a director. That's 3 consultants that have ordered at least 25 pieces that month. And so what you get on that, you get 10% of the volume from everybody on your level 1s. All your personally sponsored, you get 10% of their volume. And then if you go down to level 2s, so that would be the people below your personally sponsored, the ones that signed up underneath your personally sponsored, you will get 5% of their volume. And so then you get to Premier Director. And that's the same thing. It's 3,000 organizational volume. And you have to have 50 PV every month until you hit executive director, then it's 100 PV. That's the minimum you have to order in order to be considered active, in order to get paid on any of these levels. You will always get paid for your online commissions, but you don't always get paid for your generational bonuses or your unilevel checks here. This is your unilevel commission. So once you hit director, you get 10% and 5%. Once you hit premier director, you get paid on your first, your 10% of your personally sponsored, 5% of their personally sponsored, and 5% of their personally sponsored. So this is 3 levels down. This is, the people that initially signed up under you. Well, this is the people that signed up underneath them. And then this is the people that signed up underneath them. That's the same all the way up to Lux Jet Sitter. The unilevel never changes once you get to there. Once you hit executive director, you need to order 100 PV, which is 50 pieces every month, or each month to be considered active. You need to have 6,000 organizational volume from your complete team, with no more than 2,000 volume coming from one leg that you can count. One leg is, like I explained, it's on each personal sponsor and their team below them. And then you get 10%, 5%, 5%. And then you get into generationals. You get 1% of that. The generation is your complete downline until you hit another executive director. So if you have a person 5 levels down from you that hits executive director, you get paid all the way down to her on that leg. And any other leg, you still get 1%. And then it goes up to 3% for a producer on that generational 1. Generation 2, that means, like I was explaining earlier, that is, say you have an executive director, you still get paid below them because you're generational 2. But if their person directly below them has, or even 2 levels below them, still on that same leg, on that same line, then once they hit executive director there, then it stops there. Then you don't get paid any more than that. And then once you get up to here, you get the 3% on the second generation, and then goes down to 3%. And legacy is the same thing, except that it's until somebody hits A-lister. So it's an additional bonus on your whole team. This is an additional 1%, not including the additional 3% that you get on your whole team. So if you don't have any A-listers on your team and you hit A-lister, you have to hit A-lister in order to get this that month. Every month, in order, say, you go all the way back to the beginning. Say you have a month where you don't hit director, you will only get paid 5% on your front level, and then you won't get paid anything on any other levels. So you have to hit whatever the requirements are for that month. So it all kind of goes from there. I hope that's helpful for you. I kind of wanted to do it a little quick for you, so you didn't have to spend a ton of time on it. But everything's kind of right here. This is, your team volume. That shows here the organizational volume. Personal volume requirements are right here. And you always have to have 3 personally sponsored active every month in order, that's a requirement for every single level. So hopefully that helps. And I'm hoping to have more videos posted down the road. Thank you for taking the time to listen.